Good evening everyone, I am Neil Diunyo, a second year BSCPS student. Today we're going to discuss pre-colonial sculpture in the Philippines. Back then, our sculpture were mainly made from the materials that can be seen in the environment, such as stones, woods, clay, and even porcelain. Here are some of the examples of sculpture we have back then. First is jars. Jars was mainly used by the early Filipinos as a food and water container. It also served as a pot for cooking, like if they want to cook sinigang, they use the pot. And the larger clay pot was also used for burial purposes by the early tribes. The most famous clay pot in our history is the Manonggol jar. It is a burial jar that served as a symbol for the journey of the soul to afterlife. The design of it is that it was topped with two men. The man in front is the deceased person, and the man that is holding the paddle is the one that will lead the voyage to afterlife. Also, the soul will be inside the jar throughout the journey. Second example of pre-colonial sculpture, we have wood carving. It was mainly used to create different types of anitos for rituals and act of worship. One example of wood carving is the bulul. They believe that it's the Fugao god, which is marked as guardian spirit of rice granaries and forests. For some places in the Fugao provinces, bulul may even represent their ancestral figure. They believe that the spirits of their ancestor resides in the bulul from time to time and occasionally when being asked by the native priest. Bulul has a more generalized and simplified figure representation of a human being with a simplified head, a set of arms, a torso, and pair of legs. It is usually carved as a male, but there are also a female design of it. The third example of pre-colonial sculpture is the agabi. It is mainly made from nara tree and serve as a traditional large ceremonial benches carved for wealthy Ifugao families as a symbol of power, wealth, and prestige. The bench serve as a symbol of the prestigious agabi feast, in which the carving of the benchmark is the sign of the beginning of the celebration. Only Ifugao of the Kadangian or wealthy class were allowed to have agabi, and this small-scale stool was likely carved for Kadangian individuals to use inside their home. So it's exclusive only to those who are rich. So back then, there are already discrimination in social classes happening.